Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. The Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the show where we are discussing the film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, 3 minutes at a time. My name is Tom Taylor.
My name is Dr. Brains with the gold star.
I'm Gerald Christopher Marcus Porter.
And we are here discussing minutes 94 through 96. And these minutes begin with Helena surreptitiously hiding a stick of dynamite behind her back so Indy can light it, walking Voller to the realization that the entrance to Archimedes' tomb is in the School of Mathematics under the statue of Cleo in the ruins of the Library of Alexandria. He is awarded for this deduction with a stick of lit dynamite and the hurried escape of his captors as Helena, Tiddly, and Indy leap onto Fuller's fancy boat with the Graphicos and speed away. Helena is giddy with the excitement of the escape until Indy reminds her that his friend has just been murdered in front of them. Indy Downer is also annoyed that Helena told Voller everything about how to find the tomb, but she reveals that the tomb is not in Alexandria. To kill time on their long boat ride, Indy examines the Graphicos, which he realizes is too heavy to be made of only wax and wood, so he sets fire to it as Pete clutches his chest. The wax melts away to reveal a golden disc inside. Helena encourages Indy to let Tiddly hold it, and the minutes end as Indy holds it out to him, and I assume the next minute begins with him going psych and pulling it away, but we don't know. He doesn't quite get his hands on it.
Throwing him in the water. With
Yeah, go get it.
Yeah. So there's that moment, I should say, where Helena throws the dynamite right at, what's the bad guy's name? Fuller? Mads
Dr.
Mikkelsen.
Brains, yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Brains' feet, right? And he looks down at it, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. And so, I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever had a moment in your life like that where you're staring at the thing, you're fully cognizant, recognize it, you're like your brain sort of, logically assembles what's going on and at the same time cannot believe what's happening?
Every time I click join Tom Taylor's Zoom meeting, Destiny.
This can't be happening. This can't be real.
Well, like, for instance, this did remind me of that time. Like, I had a gun pulled on me, right? I was robbed at gunpoint, and I'm sitting there, and the this miscreant perpetrator, malefactor, he turned around. I was in the middle of the street, and he leveled his gun at me, and it made me. I was like, oh, I know what's going on here, and because I know what's going on,
I've seen this in the movies.
Yeah, I cannot believe my eyes. It did. It felt exactly like a movie. So I kind of thought about that when you see Dr. Brains look down and he sees the stick of dynamite, and it's like, okay, so what? He has 3 or 4 seconds before everything is going to be blown to smithereens.
Yeah.
Unless it isn't.
Well, now, Tommy, you had that. You were just saying before we got on that yesterday you fell.
I did. I tripped like a little kid and I fell down and went boom.
Did you
like
have a dynamite moment?
No, that was weird. No, I actually thought about that as you were saying this because it wasn't like, it was more like, oh, my foot's not, oh, I'm on the ground.
Oh, man.
Like that kind of
right,
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Also, you were injured more than the dynamite injured anybody on this boat or the boat.
Yeah, that dynamite seems like it's just like a big puff of smoke, a little bit of light. And
It's like a
everybody's
sparkler.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what's his name? Faulkner comes over and he kicks the dynamite
Yeah.
out of the. Yeah, well, I can't remember what's that. He's like a Mississippian, is he?
Somewhere.
I couldn't remember his name either, actually. I just called him that guy.
We're on minute 94.
Claiborne.
Who's the
Gene
big
Rayburn.
guy?
The big guy is...
Hauke.
Yeah, Hauke.
Hauke.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so So he's the guy who actually he's the Dr. Brains in this scene. He runs over and he diffuses the danger, right?
But you would never actually call a guy with brains Dr. Brains.
Yeah,
so he's not a Dr. Brains.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an ironic nickname.
Is that her almost like tipping to him that she's fooled him, like he hasn't figured it out or anything? Oh yeah, way to go, Dr. Brains.
Maybe that's why he gets the binoculars out and he like watches him for 100 miles.
Wasn't I supposed to get a medal? Being so smart.
There's that line that the entrance to the tomb is by the School of Mathematics, and I just, Pete, that just reminded me of our college days.
I was in the School of Mathematics one day, and the ceiling fell and hit a kid.
God,
like part of
it. Did it entomb him?
It didn't entomb him. It just like got some plaster on him, but like,
Jesus.
Yeah,
huh.
The building was falling apart.
Should never happen. Like I could see that if that happened in like the the English wing, or something like that. Maybe like philosophy or something. But that should not happen in mathematics. I mean, they're like engineer adjacent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, what are you guys doing?
Also, what are you doing? Helena didn't seem to be waiting for Indy here. Like it seemed like she was like if he hadn't like jumped kind of far for a 90-year-old man from two moving boats.
So she puts the dynamite at Mads Mikkelsen's feet. Would it have been better had she thrown it, say, in a corner where it's like by the time you went over there and tried to retrieve it? She showed it was a very performative display.
It would have been better if she threw it in the water beside the boat where it wouldn't do any damage, like this didn't do any damage. I'm really hung up on this. Like it's a giant stick of movie dynamite. I mean, thrown into the hold of a boat, and it causes no damage.
But do we?
Other than like some cartoon, like your hair's blown up and your face is covered with ash.
But we don't see like the downstairs where it actually explodes. So maybe that.
Yeah, but you know what's weird about it? Like the ship is afloat.
Yeah, it's not listing. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
I don't know.
I don't know from dynamite. I don't know how much that would do to a.
Well, every documentary I've seen about dynamite and coyotes and stuff, it does a lot more damage than this.
Coyotes.
What they really could use is some rocket skates. Scene.
Also, speaking of weird cartoon stuff, why doesn't Indy duck when there's a guy like 20 feet away from him shooting at his head?
He ducks once, and then he's like,
sort of mildly ducks, but he's once. Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's one of the strangest things. Yeah. So
really
Indy,
weird.
so she, okay, so she throws the dynamite, and then she says, "Teddy."
Yeah, Tiddly.
So this is so Tiddly didn't really know what she was up to, or he may have had an idea, right?
He may have. Wasn't like a look between the two of them, or I forget.
Minutes.
Yeah, I don't remember if he knew about it.
Yeah.
Do we think that's Harrison Ford making that jump from boat to boat?
I didn't even think about that.
Because I want to say, of course, it's not. But then it actually really does look like physically, like his body movement looks like.
Didn't he get a bunch
Harrison
of injuries
Ford.
filming this too, or was that Star
I think
Wars?
he did.
That was Star Wars.
I
Did he
think
get hurt
he
on
gets a
this
bunch of
one?
injuries at everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he gets hurt on everything at this point, which is not surprising.
You should take it easy.
We do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting too. We might need our buddy Jonathan to chime in here, but we get a very Batman movie villain sting here when they show Mads Mikkelsen. The music sounds exactly like one of the early Batman movies.
Oh, really?
Mads after the dynamite. Like if you listen to it, it's exactly like it's like I'm watching Batman.
Huh. I will listen back to that.
I got when they
It's
drive
like,
away,
da-da-da-da-da.
we get the Raiders music.
Yeah,
like which was a
Daring Escape.
it was a nice touch. It was not heavy-handed.
And what's interesting is you get the light touch of the Indy theme, the Raiders March, and then Helena is having the full-on adventure movie reaction to having escaped from the bad guys. She's like, "Oh, there we go, dynamite! I did it. We made it! Hooray for us!" And Indy, in one of my favorite lines of the movie, says, "My friend was just murdered. Like, what are you having so much fun about? This isn't fun. Like, I'm glad we escaped, but my friend just got killed." And it seems like this movie does that a lot. Like, kind of like, almost like a, not quite a commentary on adventure films or anything or Indiana Jones, but it's got an urge to keep reining things in a little bit and making them a little more not just heightened adventure movie stuff.
And I'm really glad that he got like an extra 8 minutes or 8 seconds to feel sad and mourn before he too became giddy.
Wait,
See, to be honest with you, this is going to sound really dark, but I don't think that was authentic on his part. My friend just got murdered. It's like he didn't bring any of that up until he actually was just mad that Helena gave him all the information. And so I feel like he was using that a bit as a red herring. Like, I'm really furious
that's a cudgel.
at you.
I'm mad at you. I'm going to hit you.
Yeah, I'm mad at you. It's kind of a
throw
classic.
the old, my friend was just murdered.
You could be mad at her for two things at once. It's
the old classic, like, spousal fight. You know what I mean? You're like,
Speaking of old-fashioned spousal fights, Tom, you made me doubt my criticisms for the last like 26 minutes. That she because I was like, she's just reading exactly what's on there. And you're like, no, the movie's way smarter than you are.
No, I wondered. I couldn't remember.
It's going somewhere. But I feel like you're kind of just a shill for Big Dial.
No. Listen. I didn't know. I didn't remember what I thought. I was hoping that I knew that she was faking them out a little bit. I thought maybe faking reading Polybius, whatever, was part of the ruse, but I guess it wasn't. And I apologize because I got you all excited for nothing.
I know. I'm just kidding. But it's weird that it I don't know. Like yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff. I don't know what else to say. There's a lot of weird stuff.
But I stand by Indy's sincere annoyance with his friend being killed and with his friend lying to his.
I don't think. Yeah, it's just what you said. It's just a cudgel to sort of kick her a little bit because he's mad. She told her, she told him where the, according to him, told her where the whatever graphic coast of souls is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy. No, you have to edit.
Do you guys ever think about archaeology?
No.
Like, if you ever
forget it. Who cares?
You ever think that, like, it's interesting. Like, archaeology is a science where you study the past based on the context of things you find, like physical remains of things, and you study them in context, and you learn lots of things about the past.
It's an interesting
We have an interesting thing coming up here where Indy destroys, like, not only has he looted something in international waters, he's looted something, he's taken off with it, he's destroyed any context. He literally destroyed especially Helena, they literally destroyed the context, and now he's destroying the actual artifact.
Yeah,
it becomes meaningless, like
obscene.
There's no reason to put it in a museum. Like, the only provenance it has is this guy's word, and this guy's a looter, and she's a thief, and he's like a kid, like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of all that. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I mean, it is shocking. He's holding the thing, and in one sense, it's
really
really
shocking.
Cool.
How many movies of these have we seen? I mean, we're not.
But who did the same thing?
Now?
This kind of tracks. This reminded me of the Hobby Lobby thing. They were buying all kinds of looted artifacts.
Yeah.
The guy for the Museum of the Bible that he owns, and they had gotten this idea that there were mummies, like from Roman era times, that had been wrapped with papyrus that was biblical texts.
Right.
So they were actually destroying mummies to see if there were biblical texts inside, because they were trying to find ancient biblical texts. So they were literally like exactly this. They were destroying artifacts, hoping there was a more valuable artifact inside.
Wow.
Right.
Classy.
It's kind of amazing. Yeah.
I remember there was something like a third of the stuff that I don't know what the.
Oh, they had all these Dead Sea Scrolls, and they were every single one of them was a forgery, and they bought like all this stuff from ISIS and all this looted
I'm trying
stuff.
to imagine that you're sitting there and you're like, all right, now look, weather that papyrus a little bit more. Now somebody get Hobby Lobby on a horn. And I want to know, do you think they go to like Joann's Fabrics?
Get some sandpaper at Michael's.
Yeah, exactly. Can we get that weird little hieroglyphic cloth you guys have for Halloween? You ran out of it. What do you mean? So I don't know. I is it sort of like in the case of the Well of the Souls and the Anubis and that kind of stuff. He destroys, he surfs the Anubis through the wall. It does make you wonder, is it then okay to destroy the archaeology as long as you're keeping it out of the hands of Nazis?
Well, he has a little bit of the excuse in the Well of the Souls that he's trying to survive. Like he's trying not to die.
Yeah.
He has no excuse here. Like there's nobody chasing him at the like there's nobody.
Well, why did he do it right now?
Yeah,
like they already read the wax part. They know what it says, so who needs it anymore? Forget it.
Who needs this priceless artifact?
Nobody actually cares. Hey, I made up a joke just now.
Oh,
you guys want to hear a joke?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
What was the name of the ancient breakfast cereal that had free pornography inside the box?
Oh, this is really great. This is what you know. What?
Oh
this
man,
is
where's
classic,
Eric and Sean?
Pinnacle Tom Taylor humor. Sleeping bag humor.
Yep.
Oh wait, what was the name of the? What was it of the
porn cereal?
Yeah, no, like as a prize, it would have like a little. Thing, I don't know, like a little picture maybe of porn or something inside the cereal box. Ancient cereal. Graphicos.
Really bad. I'm sitting here imagining who's the bear who wears a turtleneck. I'm like that bear wearing a turtleneck.
Oh yeah,
I'm like that dude is bad.
Honey Smacks? What was it? Sugar
was
Smacks?
It Honey Smacks? Sugar Smacks.
It was Sugar
You're
Smacks.
like, there's nothing. Yeah, that's just that needs no molestation. That's its own porn.
Yeah.
And you know what I love about that? It's like he looks like he's on a trip in Breckenridge.
Yeah. He's actually dressed like the jerk in any any teen movie. He's like the king of the slopes or something. And he sprays snow in our hero's face.
He's got like he has this mellifluous voice.
Yeah. Super golden cruise.
Yeah. He is. He sounds like Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
I'd love to take that off of you. Smack your sugar.
Oh wait, hold on. Whoa. Ooh. Come in. Over the wire. Whoa. Message from Tom Taylor, circa 5 years ago.
Say.
No way somebody would start a fire on a boat. No way someone else would start a fire on a second boat 20 seconds after the fire on the first boat.
What did I know?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I feel like this is evidence that maybe Quint did start the fire. Like everyone's just starting fires on all these boats willy-nilly, just having a blast.
That's a Spielberg callback to something that never happened?
This does seem like a really bad idea. Like pouring a bunch of like even if you're fine destroying the looted artifact and you're going to lose any historical value that it retained. I love that he just douses it with liquor, puts it on a wooden table on a boat, and then lights the whole thing on fire, and then leaves the lighter right next to it. Like it's just
he is a reckless fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, hey, it worked, and no one died yet.
You're right. You're right, Pete.
And I feel like I've to say something that should come out of the next minute. I've been busting your balls a lot this minute, Tom. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can take it.
I kind of feel like if you have, I know real life isn't like this, but if you're on a boat, you're surrounded by water. So if you have fire, this is kind of one of those, rock, paper, scissors things. You're like, well, the water puts out the fire.
Yeah.
But then that puts out you because
we're not going to burn it to death.
Now has a hole in it.
Yeah. Hey, it's weird. Okay, is Helena smarter than Indiana Jones in this movie, or is she just smarter about this stuff than him? Because he's usually our guy to walk us through all this stuff and be like, hey, whoever's did this stuff and what if you do the thing, and she's leading him through this realization that there's something inside the wax square, and Well, maybe I do mind. I think I do mind it. I think it seems. I mean, maybe they were setting her up as like, the next movie's hers, so we have to see that she's smart.
That's it.
I guess so. Yeah.
I feel like they're doing this whole movie by committee kind of thing, and they don't know because this movie took like 5 years to make. I'm guessing that for 4.5 of those years, they were going back and forth. Is she going to be Indiana Jones? Is she not? Is she going to be Indy? Is she not? And so they. I feel like you're exactly right. I feel like they're setting her up to be Indiana Jones. Yeah. But then they don't do it.
And just in the context of this movie, that it's odd, and it makes our buddy Indy, we love him, but he's like, all he is like pissed off and sad and like behind the 8 ball a little bit. Like he doesn't quite know what's going on. He needs this younger woman to like tell him what's going on and like show him where to go and stuff.
It's like I don't know what the age term is for emasculated, but he's like, that's what she's doing. He's like age-elated. Like he's like, he's like, he's lost it. He's a couple steps behind, and she's like constantly like, no, old man, it's like this.
Would that bug me less if she was like, if she hadn't started off the movie as like a jerk who's using him and stuff?
But she kind of still is. Like I
know. But would I not mind like if it was like Shorty and he had been studying all summer and he knew all this stuff. And he was leading Indy by the hand, like, oh no, you put the thing in the thing, and it's the thing, and like he's figured it out. Like, would that bother me less than this kind of does?
Well, here's the setup that I'm still struggling with. Is in this movie, other than Sala, who just kind of gets kicked aside.
He's in this movie?
Everybody in this movie is acting against Indy. Like even kind of there's sometimes even the people that are sometimes with him are also kind of sometimes against him, and you kind of don't feel great about them. So it's weird that you're rooting against, like you feel like everybody's against your hero during most of this movie. Mm-hmm. And when people are against your hero, you tend to not feel super invested in them.
Wow, that's a very good point.
Yeah, that really is.
That's I have to walk through the other ones because I guess like you trust that Marion is with Indy pretty soon, and you kind of feel that way about Willie too. Mm-hmm. In the they give you the old switcherooski in Last Crusade.
But when they're not with him, they're still like they're not actively antagonizing. Like they're not actively acting like on screen. You see them like twirling their mustache and acting against him. Right. I feel like
at the very least they trust him to be like a capable guy who will get their necks out of the fire.
Well, you know what? To be fair, I think that this was one of those things Indy knew a lot about, and he and Baz were. Yeah, they had. He kind of. I think he watched what it did to Baz, and also he. And he also was adjacent to, like, if you walk through it, like Forrestal was a nuts on the subject. Look what happened to Forrestal. Look what happened to his father and the Grail. There's a lesson learned. It's like look what happened to Donovan, who was a nuts on the subject. So Indy always knows about all this stuff, but he also sees that I guess to it, like the obsession leads to the person's demise. And
his late wife.
Demise.
There are a lot of Jaws references in this minute.
I guess so. Thanks to us.
And so but I think he seemed to have put this down when Baz was gone. Like once he lost, like Indy had all these other things he had to do. And then Helena, really sunk her teeth into this whole thing. Indy went over he went over and started teaching in office hours, and you get the impression he did all these other things post-World War II.
Yeah. Like there is the criticism about this movie that like Indiana Jones seems like a sort of unwilling tourist in his own movie or something, that he's kind of like along for the ride and not he's not like driving stuff as much as he does in the other movies, and I think that's there's a lot of ways that's happening. That like,
but first of all, yes, he needs like with it Viagra, but other than that, he always they did they drew him like that from, since the Beatles are playing in the apartment downstairs.
Yeah, he's out of time.
He's
like, it's not his movie anymore or something.
And if we didn't have, you remember the famous shot kind of on the subway where he looks at the kid and he's got the astronaut helmet on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're kind of it shows that he's kind of looking around like, where the hell am I? What's going on? I can't believe. Do I even belong here?
But all that that's an excellent setup for the movie, and he's drunk in the morning or whatever and stuff. He's got a baseball bat to go visit his neighbors and everything. But like now that he's on an adventure and like in his element and he's got the Indiana Jones costume on, then it does seem like he should be a little more into it, a little more like not. I'm not saying he shouldn't mourn like, Rennie and stuff, but like the fact that he's, I don't know, he's constantly like, what are we doing here? This sucks. I don't want to be here. This is annoying. You're mean. You stole the thing. That belongs in a museum. Like it's not. I'm complaining too hard because I still like the movie and I like Indy, but I know what you think, Pete. It does seem like this movie needs a little bit for him to be more like, not that he's ever into his adventures. We've talked about that before too. Like he's always a little bit along for the ride, or at least like it's usually like he gets a kick in the butt to like go on his adventure. And then he kind of gets into it. And I think that needs to happen here a little more. Like I don't think there's a point in the movie, at least not yet, where he is like, the chase is on. Hooray. We're going to go do the thing. We're hey, I figured out the thing. I'm going to melt the wax off the thing. And now we know how to get to the thing. Helena, you faked the guy out. I love you, baby. You did a great job. That was great. You got that moxie.
You know what? I think I don't know. They have to shift the focus and the energy to sort of a younger protagonist. I mean, certainly if they want to. Well, if they want. Look, Disney just bought Indiana Jones franchise.
Right.
They're not going to cauterize it right here.
But does she have to one up Indiana Jones as a character in order to get her own franchise? Like, can't she be like an able-bodied, an able-minded? Like, student, learning under him.
Wait a minute.
She's as smart as he is. What?
But even if she does, they don't set her up for that. Like they do the setup like she's going to be it, but then they don't do it at the end. They kind of chicken out.
That may be. We'll have to get there.
Yeah.
But I don't think she one-ups him. I think she knew about it's not in Alexandria. I couldn't catch exactly that line, what she said. But it's not in Alexandria. That's not where the tomb is. But Indy has to melt the wax. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Which is also, I don't think
But she already knew that's what had to be done.
She gets him to realize that. She knows it already before he figures it out. And I think she's already got like the skills of like a sneak and a crook and a pickpocket and a schemer and everything and a wheeler dealer. So like I don't know why she has to take over the role. Like I don't know, she's leading Indy by the hand, and I don't in a movie where he's already out of time and already old and already sad, he needs a little of his own agency.
You know what you're describing? This is elder abuse.
Oh yeah,
it's like you could add that to her list of delinquencies. She is now guilty of elder abuse.
Although, from her point of view, she's helping him out. She's like, oh, he's not quite getting that the thing's twice as heavy as it should be. What a dummy! Poor guy. He doesn't know how to use his iPad.
Yeah, but
she's show him how to do it.
She's doing it all to get him to do stuff, like the confused old man, like getting the confused old man to write the checks.
How
did Voller get such a nice boat on such short notice?
I don't know. Is that another Uncle Sam helping him out? I don't know. Although he's not getting help from them anymore, is he?
No.
I don't know. Maybe he already procured that before.
Does
he have money?
Maybe
he's got his own money.
This Fuller post-explosion boat scene is one of the saddest Indiana Jones scenes. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I watched that and I was like, it's mundane, it's dusty, it looks exactly like my life after like an IKEA build. It's like there's smoke, I have a headache, there's ringing in the ears, there's just a general sense
your
of
apartment
defeat.
Is sinking.
Yeah, I'm actually if you watch, there's just sort of one shot and it's like looking down and it's like, oh, the sun is kind of like this pale yellow that's shining through. It
looks
like
hazy. Smog.
Yeah, and he's kind of sitting there like, oh, my head. Like, it's a very real shot. And
this movie went from the Greek Isles to Cleveland in like December.
It totally did. It just looks very like a very real non-Indiana Jones shot. It's like, oh, I know that day that Fuller's having. Yeah.
He just got blown up.
Yeah, it's like 3:00 in the afternoon. He's got a splitting headache.
I do kind of wish our buddy John Engel had come back for this minute, because when he was on, he mentioned that he really loves this moment where, they find the disc inside the thing, they melt the stuff off, and she's really into Tiddly experiencing that, and like, oh, hey, Tiddly, check it out, like, Indy, hand it to him and stuff, and like, he kind of like I forget what he said exactly about that, but just that it's a moment where she seems to be fully into, the archaeology and the study and everything.
To me that was more of just she wants him to feel gold because he's got such gold lust.
When you go to pick his pocket later, you'll know exactly how heavy it is. Yeah,
this is what actual gold feels like. But even though I disagree with John on what her purpose was, I think it's a nice moment because she is doing it for Tiddly. Like, she's like, hey, you're a thief. This is
okay.
Feel what a bunch of gold is like.
And Indy really does not trust him, right? He he hesitates, and he's like, fine. But is that a moment where he's like, two things? It's like, fine, I'll finally trust Tiddly. And is he also like, I'm symbolically passing the franchise torch?
Not the second
I mean,
one.
he did just light it.
He lit the torch, but then it went out. So he's handing an empty thing. It's a useless, empty gesture.
He's handing him a symbolic torch.
Got your nose.
Well, speaking of got your nose.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
What's that noise? Let me see. Coming in over the wire. Baz. Let me see. From Professor Christy Porter. Does chaos seem to energize Helena?
Yes, maybe.
Yes, like, because like she, again, didn't we just say this like a few minutes ago or something, that like she, like a few like movie minutes ago, that she's like, she's the more traditional. Oh yeah, like when Rennie got shot. Yeah. She kind of went right into duping the bad guys mode. And like now she's in full like, hooray, we got away from the bad guys mode, and like just excited about it. So she's like the more traditional action hero in this whole movie, while Indy is like, hey, people get hurt in these movies and there's consequences.
Wait, you know what? Why? I know we touched on it, but we didn't have it. Why didn't Indy move? They very specifically chose to not have Indy care that he's getting shot at.
Yeah. Maybe
that's a definite scene.
Did the bullet like hit the water? Or so, like does Indy know that the bullets are not going to reach him or something? Like,
no,
it sounded like it hit the.
No, I don't believe that for a second. I'm not saying it would be easy to shoot him, but it's not. You would duck if you hear bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Have you guys ever taken the Myers-Briggs personality test?
I just listened to a podcast. Stuff you should know about those personality tests and how they are hokum.
Well,
but go ahead.
But my only point for bringing that up is one of the questions is, do you feel energized by being in crowds of people? And that reminded me of Dr. Porter's phraseology of, does Helena feel energized by chaos? And that made me wonder, is that a question directed towards her brother? Or towards Porters in general?
Just the whole Porter clan.
Is that a trait?
I think it's on their crest. I think it's on their family crest. Something about chaos.
Do you feel energized by chaos?
There's a stick of dynamite.
A stick of dynamite and like some china cups all busted up. Is there another question on the list, like farther down in the test, that's I am lethargic and bored when there's no chaos? Well,
I'm lethargic and bored too.
I'm lethargic and bored too. Let's get out of here. Let's go just stare at the wall. Hey, everybody, we're all going to go stare at the wall, and we invite you to do the same thing and stare at that wall for one solid week until it's time to come back here and listen to us talk about the next 3 minutes of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny right here on the Indiana Jones Minute.